Hi everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Addington News. Darren, off the back of, well, a Group 1 domination from Muscle Mountain, his second win in the Fred Shaw Memorial New Zealand Trotting Championship, a race that was effectively over from the start, but you only have to go fast enough to win, and Ben Hope did exactly that, and yeah, it was a big week for the Hopes.
Massive week. They got their 800th win, the partnership, so that was tremendous as well, and yeah, you're in front.
Yep.
You're dictating the speed. It's up to someone else to take it off you if they're not happy with it, and he was able to hang on. I guess the margin was a wee bit modest with Artie by the Hill getting quite close to him.
He's quite a good horse though.
He's a nice horse.
Yeah.
He did a good job early on, and he looked like he's come back a lot stronger this time. I know Robert Dunn was really happy with him, but Muscle Mountain, he's the champion at the moment. Yep,
he certainly is. He heads north now. Saturday we've got a really good program here. 11 races, 134 the start. The racing reward races, there's 5 of those, couple for the trotters, 3 for the pacers. We've got the Coca-Cola Superstars Championship, which is in its 40th year, Darren, and even in the last 10 years, when you look back and you think about horses like Lazarus and Chris and Me and Field Marshal and Self Assured, and look what some of those names have gone on and done. It's always been a good horses race, and I know it's changed from 4-year-old to 4 and 5 to now an open race, but it's still got a lot of depth to it.
Geez, I remember the first one where Dream Luster won for Royce Court. I think Bobby Nine drove him, and it's had some real champions in the race over the years, the Superstars Championship, and it's going to be another good rendition this year.
Yep.
A lot of depth, a couple of up-and-comers that are taking on the big boys as well, so that'll be an exciting race.
Yeah, there's form all over the shop there. Of course, Bollinger was too good last week, did get the right sort of run. One change about 3 or 4 weeks ago now, 1 and 3/8, and did that in good style. He draws the outside, but you know he'll be suited to the mobile conditions, and how can you not? Heisenberg, he just keeps going great races. Beach Ball, yeah, a lot of depth to the Coca-Cola Superstars this week. We will do a full race preview and have a look, but I tell you what, got some other things happening here at Addington Raceway, including some luncheons.
Yeah, we have. One thing to remember racing this week, we do start early, 1:34.
Yep.
So just remember that. Spectators will be open after the last race, but 1:34. I know you just touched on Beach Ball there, Greg. I just had a look at his times from the Ultimate Race Book for Sunday's meeting. His last mile's home in 53. And I think his last quarter's a bit over 25 and 6.
And he backed up from Friday, where he went terrific in the Fahey Fence High free-for-all.
So I know we're banging on about this a wee bit. Roydon Muscle 2 weeks ago, he's gone bang, bang.
It works.
OK Boomer last Friday night was home in 53 and change. He looked a wee bit flat halfway up the straight.
No, he went huge.
He couldn't have gone any faster.
He had the weight of me tipping him. That didn't help him. Yeah.
I know I'm diverting away, but there was a couple. When you mentioned Beach Ball, I thought I'd just seen those times this morning. Yeah, look, Tembi Powell, who is one of the people over there in the Ukraine helping with everything that's going on with the war over there at the moment. We've got a luncheon with him. He's going to tell us all about his experiences and what's going on over there. That's on the Thursday the 4th of May. All those details are on addington.co.nz. Owners Night, as we've said, save the date. That's Friday the 5th.
Yep. It's
going to be a big one that does pretty much sell out pretty quickly, so we're taking anyone that wants a reserve table can come to us right now, and Emma will take those bookings. There's no cost for that. We've got a number of food specials and things.
It's a great night too. Really enjoyable. Heaps of giveaways.
Mother's Day brunch. That's on Mother's Day, obviously, Sunday the 14th of May. It'll be in Spectators. That'll be a special deal with about a $30 price ticket, which will include a Bubbles on arrival. It's going to include a wee gift for Mum, which is going to be pretty cool. It's going to have some other prizes, plus a buffet lunch, plus a bit of ambiance and Spectators on a Sunday.
Be good fun.
That'll be good fun.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the big one, we've had to move date with this one. It will now be on the 23rd of June, Friday the 23rd of June, Ladies' Night. So a new date for that, 23rd of June.
Yep, rugby, we have that on Good Friday, and Spectators is open, but it's for rugby ticket holders only.
Yep, so obviously bars and things aren't open, but that is a function for those people that hold a ticket that are going to the rugby, so it's only for those people. But Spectators, normal fare, burger and pint and everything else that is so popular will be available for those people that are going to the rugby.
What about the Spectators special? I like that. We might start using that a bit more in April.
Yeah, so we said about these, it's going to be on screen as we're talking now, the offer that's available for April, which is a Wagyu beef cheek pie.
I've sampled this.
Goes good.
Really good.
Goes really good. And a pint of one of the Panhead products as well for $20, and there's options without the pint and options with a petite salad and things as well. But we're going to be changing that up each month. This one in association with Westmeats, in association with Panhead, and yeah, there was a few sold on Sunday at the Cheviot meeting, Greg.
Yeah, they were, and there was some pretty good reports coming about them as well. So make sure you get your hands on one of those. We race post-Saturday, the next 2 Thursdays, so the Thursday leading into the race by Grins. Just while I'm talking about that Cambridge race, if you want to support the club, and David Branch and his team have gone out on a limb to boost it to $1 million, they've got the sweepstake. It's going to close soon. It's $100 a ticket. You could draw a horse in the race by Grins, and if you're lucky enough to draw the winner, it's $50K.
Yeah, so look, we had the team down here last Friday night selling some tickets on course, telling people what it was about. There's an interview that we did with Harness Racing Unhinged on their Facebook page with the girls telling you exactly how that works, or go to the Night of Champions, Cambridge Raceway, one of those websites, or search the sweepstake that's available, and buying a ticket at $100. Yeah, it's a bit of an amount, but you can get a syndicate together. You're basically buying a raffle ticket with only 200 tickets with the chance of winning $50K.
Yeah, you've got a chance. You've certainly got a big hope. Yep, 1 in 200, your chances there of drawing one of the 10 horses. We're going to have a look at Kango winning the Coca-Cola Superstars last year at the back end of our full race preview, if you want to stick around. Look, Don't Stop Dreaming returns in the Garrard Sires Stakes heat. I thought he might be slightly vulnerable. The bookmakers don't agree because they've opened up $1.50, so there'll be plenty of people going through him. And Brian Rabbit came on the radio for the Cheviot meeting last week,
So
and he labelled Jack Tar to win the last. He said it'd be value. Well, it depends what you refer to as value. It was about $4.50 or something.
They all climbed in, mate.
They must have, absolutely. He likes Giselle this week, so she might be worth having something on. But stick around if you want to see the entire 11 race preview.
All right, let's get into a full meeting preview. Greg, TAB just through this morning, guaranteed first fours, every race 10K. So that's a real good bonus for us on Saturday. They're going to be even fields, and we could get a few of those jackpotting. Also, just an ordinary pick 6 on the last 6 races, just for the terminating pool. There's no guarantee there, but the first fours are appreciated anyway. We get underway, as we said, 134. Woodland Stud breeding a better future mobile pace, 1980.
Yeah, good race to start things off. Aiming for Glory, I thought, was good on Sunday. Comes up with a barrier draw here, and I think it'll be hardest to beat in what is a very even field. I'm going to say that a few times during the preview because across the board these races are pretty hard to line up. Coachella, I like from her barrier. She's raced in far better fields than this. Went around against the better mares at the start of the year, and she's come up with a good draw, I think, for her. So I'm giving her a chance. Life of Art's racing really well, albeit down the line comes to Addington Raceway, where she's been a winner in the past, so you have to consider her. I actually didn't find a spot for her in before, though, which is probably a bit of a risk. McCrikey, I definitely did. Inside second row, might need some luck from there, but is definitely capable. And Angel of Montana is right up to this sort of field as well. I did mark them 7 to beat 5, 10, and 8, but I'm very wary of Life of Art.
As you said, even fields all day, Greg, and there's going to be horses that are paying really nice money for really nice horses just because they're so competitive. Race number 2 is the first leg of that early quaddie IRT Racing Rewards Showcase Trot, 2600, 208, and the first of these Racing Rewards races for $27,000.
Yeah, it is. And Bella Button it's just been slaying them. It put 3 wins on the board and then ran second behind Tectonic, who I think might end up being right amongst the top echelon of 3-year-old trotters this time. And phenomenal performance from it last week. How it won. I was standing there with a lap to go, and it would have been 15 lengths off the leader. Well, it went right round them and beat them. So Bella Button running second indicates to me it's a cracking chance to win this. So I'll go for her on top. The form since joining Mark Jones has been quite sublime. Page, I give a good each way chance. Not a lot of luck lately, although, of course, it was a winner 2 starts back. But I thought on its previous run, they wouldn't need to get a more bad luck. But if it got the right sort of run, it'll be right in this. So give it a chance. Dwindle Star from the strong Phil Williamson barn, racing really well this mare, not without an each way ticket on her. I reckon she's a chance, and so's Jordan Ann from Matthew Williamson's barn. So I had them 13 to beat 17, 9 and 4. But if you're taking a quaddie, you might have to stretch it a little bit longer than that.
New tipping style, Greg, the slay of the day.
Yeah, you like the sleigh? Yeah. I know someone at the office will really like it.
Absolutely. Race number 3 is the next to the Racing Rewards. This one for the Pacers. Fat Eddie's Racing Rewards Showcase Mobile Pace, 2600 at 233.
Yeah, Franco Cornell's the bet of the day. I wanted to make it my bet of the week on the box seat, and Matt Cross is on this week, and he stole me thunder, so I had to let him take it. But I rang John Dunn yesterday. I said, mate, I'm under some pressure here. I need to find a winner for the box seat. Am I on the right track with Franco Cornell? He said, yes. 2,600 metres, suit it down to the ground. Very brave third last time. That was in behind Final Collect. It takes its place in a Garrard-size stakes heat. Tick, tick, tick. It'll be winning, I think. Franco Cornell. To beat Woodley Jewel, who's often underrated, but from this draw and early speed, I reckon it'll go forward. It'll be in this for a while. Mamma Mia's racing really well, and Better with Blings in that same category. But I just think Franco Cornell has got the wood on this field, even from the unruly position. He's the bet of the night.
Race number 4, Happy Birthday Brooke, Mobile Pace 1980 at 308, and we all want to wish Brooke a happy birthday, Greg.
Yeah, getting married this week, marrying the man they call the Goose, Robbie Close. So big week for Brooke and Robbie for that matter. So yeah, Robbie wanted to do something a bit different and sponsor a race. So good on him, and happy birthday to Brooke. Medina Magic, I reckon it'll be hard to beat. We should be tipping. Did you shout the bar? Because that's what Robbie's driving. I did ask him about that, and he said it's definitely going to win races, but it might take a little bit of ringcraft to be able to do that. Medina Magic's got that and has been second and behind a couple of smarties at its last two, Fortify and Paul MacLeo, both of them really nice horses. So Medina Magic to beat Franco Sinatra, who has been really good at the trials for the Dalgettis. They've got a couple in the race. Major Icon, he always had money on Darren at his first few starts. What he ended up having about 7 starts and only a couple of placings, but he was always heavily backed. You'd have to consider him. You'd have to consider Adesanya as well. Bodine Quick Step trialled nicely the other day, so might not just be a lineup and win job for Medina Magic, but I think he'll go really close to winning it.
Yeah, the Premier Day maidens, I think we're calling them, Greg, and they're very competitive races, and the horses that fall out of that, their form going forward is always very competitive once they come away from this race. Race number 5 is the Continental Event Hire Handicap Trot 2600 at 343.
Yeah, you talk about good races. This is one of the races of the day. The back markers are Majestic Lavros and Time Up the Hill, both Group 1 quality performers. Won't be easy for them off the back mark, because off the front, you've got Mystic Max, who won the Hambletonian last year and is a very nice performer for Michael Purdon. Nazareth, who won the Derby. So those two now 4-year-olds get a start. The Bloss is there with them off the front. Well, you know the first thing. Wish they were betting on the first to the winning post, because you know who would be there. The Bloss will be there.
The early crow, Greg, yeah.
Yeah, the early crow. Come on, fellas, give us an early crow. Should be about $1.20 though, so that wouldn't be much good to us. I Dream of Jeannie was in the mile race last time, and or 2 starts back rather, and went a really brave race for third, and then last time just didn't quite get it wrong with a late gallop. Get it right rather. Peregrine was awesome last time. Royal Dell's racing really well. Harold Smith, I think this time in we might see the best of him. Sue Princess never misses a beat. Good race, isn't it? Really, really strong race. I went for Mystic Max to beat Peregrine just on the handicaps. Nazareth, I give a good chance, and Time Up the Hill and Majestic Lavros. Hard to split those at the back, but yeah, cracking contest, the Continental Event Hire Handicap.
It's one of those meetings, Greg, if you like one, you're going to get good money for it, as opposed to some shorties that we've had the last couple of weeks. Rightio, race 6, the third heat of the Garrard Size Stakes Series, Greg, a Mobile 1980, and it gets underway at 4:18.
Yeah, returner Don't Stop Dreaming here, Darren, the 2-time Group 1 winner. Of course, he won the size on Cup Day, and then he won on Grand Prix Day as well. He's a bit vulnerable first up. I'm not saying he can't win, and the bookies think he will. They've opened him $1.50, but he hasn't had a trial, and whatever he does, Mark has told me he will definitely improve on. So, yeah, I just buyer beware there. He's got the class to win it, and if he goes forward, takes the lead, he probably will. I reckon Final Collect off the back of his first up run will be the hardest for him to beat, though. So I'll be happy to have something on him, but Don't Stop Dreaming is clearly the best horse. Triple G's 2 from 2 and couldn't have gone better than he did last time. And OK Boomer stormed home from a hopeless position. If he can Yeah, well, he will definitely be a little bit closer by virtue of the small nature of the field. I reckon he can hit the line pretty strongly too. Good race. They always are, the size stakes heats. Final collect, an upset for me to beat Don't Stop Dreaming, Triple G, and then OK Boomer. Yeah.
All right, race number 7 is gets underway 4:54. Geez, I'm having trouble reading these times out today. The Original Sin Racing Rewards Showcase Mobile 2600, another one of the $27,000 races, Greg.
Yeah, good race too. It is, Darren. And yeah, where do you start here? Well, you probably have to turn the page over because Teresa Love came home at the same rate that OK Boomer did. Now, they were in different parts of the track, so their ultimate racebook stats are different, but to the clock, they actually went very similar. Needs that sort of run, but if things rolled out her way, she'll take a lot of beating. I'll go for her on top, Teresa Love, the 12, to beat Absolute Dynamite, who gets into the right sort of race for him too. He's been taking on some better fields, in my opinion, so was over on the coast, where She's Tough was running amok, so I give it a chance. Kingsdown Adam, am I right in saying he won one of these last year? I think he might have.
From memory, I think Mike Curry trained him himself at that stage, and it was a big night for them. I know that. Yeah,
and Better Be Sharp's the other one, Darren. Leave it out at your peril. He will. I mean, he's raced way better fields than this in recent times. That great run, that really quickly run race at Star Casino, won 3 starts back. He was in behind, anything goes. So outside second row is not ideal, but he's so genuine. I wouldn't discard his chances. I'll go 12, 9, 7, and 14, but I might have an each way ticket on Better Be Sharp.
The feature of the day on Saturday is the Coca-Cola Superstars Championship, mobile pace, Group 2 level, 45,000, 2,600, 519. Go to hrnz.co.nz, have a look at the major race winners, and have a look at some horses that have won this race. It's a beauty, and there's going to be another one of these that adds their name to that board.
Yeah, I don't know where to look really here. I've ended up going with Mighty Louie because I reckon he might light him up early, and if he does, that'll put him right in amongst it. But he's double figure odds. He's about $11 when the book opened, and 2,600 might not be perfect for him. But yeah, John Dunn back on. I'll go with him, but not with any huge conviction. Bollinger, excellent last time, very good first up, drawn to get a similar sort of a run. The Falcon to his inside was very brave last week, stuck on solidly. You'd have to consider it on that run. And then you've got Beach Ball, who's drawn beautifully. One Change, who have actually put in 4. He's a sport in Heisenberg. It's just a really good contest. I might not have it right here with Mighty Louie. I'll stick with him, though. 8 to beat 4, 3, and 9. With the caveat if Bollinger comes out, because I know he was under offer, you've got to have Beach Ball in there.
Yeah, 100%. Race number 9 is KB Electric's Racing Rewards Showcase Handicap Trot, 2,600, 544. Greg, a new sponsor on board the last year or so, and we're going to be seeing a lot more of them, or a lot more of their name popping up on race day with a new contract signed with these guys.
Yeah, that's right. They've taken a sign down the back straight too, and the man they call Ice Cream. He loves a bet, loves a pint, loves his Linwood Kias as well, which pains me to even say their name. But it's magic to have them involved at Addington Raceway, and really looking forward to their longevity with us, because I think they'll be well looked after. Cormorant Strike's the one I've gone for in their race, trained by Coaster Hare. He's another one that sponsors one of our trainers' days, and you know how good his team goes, and Cormorant Strike is easily up to winning this race, so I'm happy to have it on top. To beat Tutangata, who only needs to bring its manners to be very competitive in this. Maui might surprise you that I've gone for Maui, but it's been racing in good fields, and if it found its way somewhere near the top, I reckon it might take some catching. And I can't leave Wood Muscle out this week. It was embarrassing to leave it out last time. 20 metres won't make it easy for it, but just in career best form, so you've got to have it in. It's back there with Zar Zoe. So my numbers in this one: 14 to beat 15, 10, and 18. Big old numbers in the Racing Rewards Trot.
Race number 10 is Kong Racing Rewards Showcase Mobile Pace, 2,600 at 618. Kong, one of the restaurants and bars that are part of the Oxford Group, Greg. 3 of those bars represented in sponsorship: the Original Sin, Kong, and of course Fat Eddie's as part of this arrangement that we have with these guys. Some good bars in town that people enjoy when they're having a night out.
Yeah, just go to one a night though. If you try and do all three, Darren, at our age, you might not last that long. But yeah, they're great spots, and yeah, huge thank you to them for getting in behind Addington Raceway. Great to have them associated with such a good night too. Giselle, or afternoon and tonight. Hard to beat here. Mentioned it before. Brian Rabbit's tipping it out. That's probably good enough for me. Excellent run from her last time. She charged home. And that wasn't behind no matter what. In fact, her last two starts have been. So that's a great form line for this. So I'll go for Giselle. The 8 to beat Classy Link comes up with a beautiful barrier draw. Did a bit of work on Sunday and just succumbed late. Hey Tonight, who's a race rival again, got it. It's drawn barrier 1, but set the 1-1 beautifully driven by Blair Orange, and that's what got it beat. She's tough. Addington's not her go in life. In fact, she never won in 13 starts, but she's just racing out of the skin. So you can't not have her in somewhere. And I think the same could be said for a horse that you're pretty fond of, Topaz. This is what the Racing Rewards is all about, gaining enough points to get into a decent stake race. And the reason you're there is because you're in form. And Topaz is certainly that. So, yep, that's the way I'll go in that one. 8 to beat 4, then the 9 and the 11.
The last race on the card, First Direct Taxis Mobile Pace 1980, 6:53. And this is a really competitive field too, Greg.
Oh, hardest race of the night to try and work out. Did it about 3 or 4 times down and then sat back down and changed them again. Gee, it's a tricky race. I actually went for Happy Place. Look, this horse is in sublime form at the moment. It's got a bit of speed early, so I reckon it might press forward, hopefully. If it doesn't, it's going to be in a power of pain, but I gave it an each-way chance. Get Up and Dance, you've got to have in there. Terry is a horse you've got to have in there. Racing in free-for-all company up until this week, and so is Magic 4, a horse that you just can't leave out. Throwing a few numbers in there, left out the likes of Folklore. Here's Herbie's resuming. Life's a Beach in there. Good race. 7, no great conviction. Terry, the 14, the 9 Get Up and Dance, and the 12 Magic 4, but you could throw those numbers up and add a couple to it. And if you're live in anything, pick 6, quaddie, whatever, just keep writing them down as many times as you can afford, but of course, bet responsibly.
This week, of course, spectators will be open, Junkies Corner. The members are in the Silks level, and there'll be an area up there that the public could go up there if they want to, the Silks level, and look out the glass window area. There's going to be great racing on course, as we say, Greg. Spectators open after the last race if you want to carry on celebrating. We're going to leave you with last year's running of the Coca-Cola Superstars Championship. It was won by Kango. It was a really good performance on the way out, but we just want to make mention, of course, that he does have a spot in the race by Grins, which will be run next week. So we thought it was appropriate to mention Kango. And as we said, keep an eye out for those sweepstake tickets. He was a beauty, Greg, Kango.
Yeah, big, strong boy. David Butcher drove him on this occasion, drives him in the race by Grins, and he's joined that terrific list of 40 winners going all the way back to the early 80s.
28 off the back, leads a length and a half, Can Go. Then He's a Sport, One Change, and Ultra Wise Guy. Cranbourne lifting, Can Go's a length away from One Change. AG's White Sox is rocketing home. Can Go coming after Cranbourne. Then AG's White Sox. Cranbourne lifting, Can Go's coming. It's the North Islander. Can Go nailed Cranbourne in a David Butcher special. Third in AG's White Sox was massive. Fourth over was One Change. Then He's a Sports, Ultra Wise Guide, Pembroke Playboy, and Heisenberg.